welkom terug. Dis Espresso net hier op SABC3 and it's Friday. Yay!
Hello. Yeah, and it's time right now for you to exercise your sweet tooth because Moira is about to share one of her delicious recipes with us again. And this time around, it's a dessert that you might not be familiar with. In fact, it's called a salted caramel brown betty.
Okay, so we've all heard of apple pie or peach cobbler, but how many of you are familiar with a dessert called a brown betty? Now, it's a traditional American dessert, which is basically a combination of pie and cobbler. Now, Moira is here to show us the wonders of brown betty.
Yeah.
It sounds so mysterious.
It does, doesn't it?
Hey, a brown betty.
A brown betty, yeah.
Wow.
I think it's what you can say is it's a very easy bread pudding. You know, like your bread and butter pudding.
Yes.
But you don't have to put an egg custard over it.
Okay.
And now I've chosen to do a salted caramel one with pear and apple in it. Just to add some
good.
lovely fruitiness. You know, the brown betty is always with fruit. Normally an apple brown betty, but I've taken it with an apple and pear and with a salted caramel.
All right.
So this is very, very easy.
Let's do this.
All right. So what we have here is our oven dish. Now you can use any type of oven dish. It's nice to use a deepish dish so you see the layers.
Yes.
All right, so I've put some fresh breadcrumbs in the bottom.
Okay.
You dot it with butter. And now we're going to make the filling.
Right,
so
and the salted caramel part.
Salted caramel part. So this is your caramel condensed milk.
Yes.
We add in some cream.
Oh, nice.
Just to soften it, some ground cinnamon.
Okay.
And then obviously lots of coarse salt.
Right.
Okay. And then some lemon juice. The lemon juice just helps tone down the sweetness.
Got it.
And then we just mix it all together.
All right. Sure, that does look so amazing.
This is just a very simple way of making salted caramel sauce.
Because normally you would make it on the stove.
Yes, you normally have to. You can make a caramel sauce from scratch, but this I find is just such an easy way, and it's quite tasty and it goes well with the breadcrumbs. All right. So then we're going to add in our KOO pie apples and our KOO pears.
Let me get the stir for you.
All right. So you can just fold it in.
So get that in there.
What I've done is I've just chopped the pear halves into pieces, and then I'm adding the pie apples. Now these pie apples, these are so nice and fresh and crisp and crunchy. It's they're very tasty. Now I've left them bigger so that you've got that different texture.
I see. I see. There we go.
There we go. All of them coming through.
Brilliant. Oh, this looks like such a decadent mixture. I love it.
What I do too, because we all know apple pies normally got raisins in. Now, you can use raisins or I'm using cranberries today.
Okay.
All right, so just some dried cranberries. This gives it colour and it adds to the whole apple pie feeling.
Okay.
All right, now that's your mixture. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put it into the oven at 180 to bake, and then 20 minutes before the end, we bring it down and we pour sherry over the top. That's very traditional for a brown betty.
Some sherry on the top. Okay, so how do we layer this?
So I've got my fresh breadcrumbs in. Right. It must be fresh because they absorb the flavours.
Okay.
And then we really just dot this.
All right.
You just put it over. I've got some butter in there.
Nice.
Just enough to cover. And then, so that's your one layer.
All right, and then you follow through with some more breadcrumbs.
Right. And so then you leave the majority of the breadcrumbs for the top, but you need to cover this. We dot with butter again, very luxurious, of course. Bread and butter pudding is to everyone's liking. It's such a lovely winter dessert as well.
This is true, got it?
And then we're going to put the rest of the filling into this layer.
Beautiful. Salted caramel brown betty. Very interesting on the Feel Good Breakfast Show this morning. SMS the keyword KOO to 33728 if you want to get your hands on the recipe. I think you must definitely try this one out. KOO to 33728. Remember, SMSs do cost R1.50. Okay.
Right. So there is your pudding filling.
Yes.
And then we just top it off with breadcrumbs again, and then you're going to dot your butter again.
Oh, that looks beautiful.
Just don't use all that butter, just the same amount as you did the perfect.
Okay.
Okay. So this obviously gets more because it's sealing it all off.
Yes.
And this goes into your oven at 180, and probably for 20 to 30 minutes. You just want it to heat through and lightly brown on the top, and then you take it out and you put sherry over it.
Done like that.
If you don't like sherry, put a little bit of orange juice on. That'll just bring out the flavours.
Yes.
Or some rooibos tea sometimes works.
Rooibos tea, very interesting. Well, I'll tell you what, let's quickly have one last look at how we put this together. It really is delicious.
Mix KOO pears, KOO pie apples, caramel, salt, cinnamon, lemon juice, raisins and cream together. Layer breadcrumbs on the bottom of the oven dish and dot with butter. Place half the fruit mixture over the breadcrumbs. Layer another cup of breadcrumbs on top and dot again with butter. Spoon the other half of the fruit mixture all over the top of the breadcrumbs. Cover the top with the remaining breadcrumbs and dot remaining butter over the top. Bake for 25 minutes, pour the sherry over the pudding and bake for another 10 minutes. For the full recipe, visit the Espresso Morning Show Facebook page or log on to expressoshow.com. SMS the keyword KOO to 33728 to receive the shopping list on your phone. Click on the link provided to view the recipe. SMSs cost R1.50, no free SMSs, T's and C's apply.
And before you know it, you have a mouth-wateringly delicious salted caramel brown Betty. And it definitely sounds like a mouthful, and it is delicious. It looks delicious, Moira. Thank you.
That's a lovely, lovely bread pudding. I'm just serving with some extra KOO pears, just to bring in that sweetness, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. And then also serve it with some custard or some cream or ice cream.
Some cream would be great as well. Yeah, or some ice-cold vanilla ice cream. Man, it sounds amazing. Love it. Well, if you want to get your hands on the recipe, very, very easy. That keyword, once again, KOO. SMS that to 33728. What we're asking you this morning, what dessert recipes would you like to see on the show? You can send them to food@expressoshow.com. You never know, we could be making your recipe live on the show.
Only the best cooks serve KOO because they know it's carefully grown and made with meticulous attention. So when you serve KOO, you can trust you're serving only the best.
Well, that looks absolutely amazing. Well, Soup Week is coming to an end on a spicy note on Afternoon Express today on SABC3. So make sure you tune in at 4 p.m. to see how Chef Clem combines two classic dishes to make a mouth-watering bowl of soup. He's going to be making a curried oxtail, samp and bean soup. So make sure you tune in to Afternoon Express at 4 p.m. on SABC3. And also head on over to the Afternoon Express Facebook page. Like the page, get the ingredients list, and get ready to cook along with Afternoon Express foodies.